Right, hello there chat, hello everyone, we are back. The music is also not on. One moment. The music is still not on because that's not what happens here. Right, so, last time we were here, we're messing around with these. What I think we want to do is replace the upstanding slashes with spears. Purely because this way we'll be able to clash all of our attacks and it should hurt less. Hello, CBT. Thank you for the donation.
At CBT 5076 added $1.32 to the Lunacy Fund.
I should have hoped the stream was watchable at this time. Okay, this is going to be one of the only ones. I have him saved there because I know that's how the stream starts nowadays. But I'm hoping that the stream will remain viewable for people this time around. I'm hoping we won't have an entire repeat of last time. Like, of course, I enjoy the money, but also I have a stream to run and I kind of enjoy people being able to, like, see things. Can you make him uninsane? I no longer have that image there, so... Hold on, huh? Where'd he go? He remains insane. He's insane. He's permanently scarred after last time. They'll have bleed, I think, so... Yeah. Unaffected by... Yeah, sure. Doesn't reuse, who cares? Wow, you really min-rolled both of those. Great. Okay, this is pretty decent, because Roll of the Wolf is... Actually, Counter Dice Inflict too fragile. That's just like a free 6 damage. You were just watching the VOD for last stream? Yeah. It was most certainly an experience. It most certainly was one of the streams of all time. Right. What's going... Why am I not drawing any... Well, I don't have any card draw. That would be why. At least the counters are good now. Okay, lovely. Now Instinct, because Instinct is great, and then none of these matter, so... Wow, I really wish I could, you know, have some other cards. I'm just doing this because I'm fairly certain this way... How did you... Okay, Gebra is... washed. Actually, not you. Gebra is washed. I can't believe this. The question is... Why are we not drawing? Because these only draw one page. Is that the reason why? Only could have streamed your videos, maybe by the game. I absolutely hate it. 10 out of 10 experience. Incredible. Argalia, no! Argalia, leave me alone. We're not doing this time. We're not doing this, Argalia. Stay away. Not again. Maybe I should get... Do we actually need much light restore? Gebra, you're supposed to win the... Gebra, you're supposed to win the clashes. What are you doing? Okay. We had a card draw. I mean, Spear does do card draw. Like, it does. I guess it does need to do a certain amount of hitting to do card draw, but still. Are we doing my... No, we are not doing my Myongust. Why would we be doing Myongust? Myongust is not good. Lone Fixer is just a better Myongust. The strongest fixer versus a dog, yeah. This is probably, once again, probably decent, because they will always have blood. Blood? Bleed. I mean, I'd hope they always have blood. It generally is good for people. Okay, I think the problem is that currently we need more card draw because we keep getting unlucky and then we get locked out of card draw, which just screws with us. Got a question. Assume you go for Tanya. Where did the foreshadowing go? Foreshadowing. I need to read their thing, don't I? I keep forgetting to do that. Also, this is messed up. Course of Savagery only gives +2 strength and that because they purge untargetable. It's messed up, honestly. Anyway, greater split vertical. Spear probably could have clashed properly there. What? What do you mean greater split vertical didn't go? What? Yeah, anyway, well that's a reset there. Okay, let's reset. I don't think we go for smoke. I thought it was a mass attack. Is it not a mass attack? Huh. You can't clash with enemies whilst doing the calls. Yes, you can. What? Yes, you can. There's nothing about that. Anyway, yes, I don't think we go for the smoke. I don't think we have, no. You think I read? Okay. Let's go for, rather than smoke, we could go for Nouveau Fabric. Honestly, like, it is free, isn't it, basically? It fits on. We're not using anything else. Like, I can just go here. This is stupid, but I think it'll work. Oh, so yeah, vertical isn't a mass. Yeah, okay, that's the issue then. I've just never seen it not act as a mass, really. Great, thank you, Spirit. Ow. Great. We still inflict bleed, but I think Roll of the Wolf is pretty good because, I mean, it's fragile. Vertical never acts as a master thinking horizontal. Yes. Yes, I was. Upstanding slash on you. Spear on... I mean, spear on you, actually, because that way the counter will still work. Should still work. There we are. What's up, chat? Just got the new Ishmael Day. Congrats! Congrats! Very nice. Yeah, you'll have bleed, so let me get more healing for myself. Why do I have none of the... I have none of the good ones. Okay. Right, okay. Lovely. I get hit a few times, oh well. You're over if I know about a pound page, thank you. I have fought her before. We've already gotten to the second phase. What's up, chill fight? Here? Yeah. Compared to everything else, I mean, this is the intended solution now, yeah. Let's do you, and then we clash over the top of you with a level slash. And then we just chuck a spear underneath, because spear is spear. Great. Great. Okay, and then we don't do absorption. Upon defeating, we don't defeat enemies. Actually, no, this is strength based on the amount of healing, and we do heal. That doesn't matter there for us, but still. Okay, time to manifest. On you, I suppose? Yeah, no, manifest on you. What's this? If speed is higher, then yeah, okay, so manifest on you. Then... upstanding slash on you. Spear on you, and then... upstanding slash... oh, level slash on you. Great. Archive so ass. You tried playing it, was way worse than what I said. Yes, it is not a good game. Doing goodbye, hello, or shell. Last time I did the healing one, but I think stagger is more important here, considering how much we heal. So, stagger. If we have stagger, we will just be able to heal. So I think we go for shell. Because this just means we can never be staggered now. That's, well, basically never staggered. Upstanding slash on you. Spear on you. Oh, what are you? Who are you targeting? Oh, really? Who's that dice targeting? Okay, it's still them. Okay, well, I've got the choice between them or them. I think I care about this more. I mean, really, what I can do is just hold on. Level slash on you, and then I can just try to split horizontal on, like, you. There we are. Goodbye can make vertical rolls hundreds. That's cool and all, but I'd like to just win. Although, where are the other images? They're not here. We're not... The stream does not start with them, and we are probably not going to be having them today. Because I would like to keep the stream in some sense of order. Okay. Let's do another spear. Then, you guessed it, another spear. And then... Actually, I should probably do upstanding slash on you. Who are you targeting? Oh. Oh. Oh well. I guess just chuck an upstanding slash at them. Right. Go my spears. I know she endures it, but it's still very funny. Yesterday you found your vid, didn't consume any big media in weeks, and here I just stuck looking at suffering. It's nice vids, keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. I'm currently planning on... Well, I need to get up the motivation to edit it, but I'm planning on editing one of reworking Limbus Company bosses to be more like Ruina bosses. That's currently the one that I'm thinking about making, because I think that'll be fun to do. Both as a little bit of an exercise to me to see, okay, how good am I at rebalancing things? I've had enough goes at people who try rebalancing things and rebalance them poorly. Why don't I try it myself? And then also because, yeah. You'd watch that? I'd hope so. I hope people would watch that, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, yeah, it turns out just having all free cost cards is really good for you or something, you know? It's funny how that works out. You have a lot of dice. Do I just, like, can I just great split horizontal this? No, great split vertical this. Like, I just win that, right? That's just something I win. Also, bad speed rolls, by the way. Yeah, right. Are you confident enough to just press P? God, no. God, no. I still need to clash with things, probably. Alright, anyway. I love having all free cards. This is my favorite state of affairs. Just, yeah, being entirely fine. Okay. Turns out, my youngest on Gebra is actually pretty good. Maybe there's a reason why people run her with it after all. It does mean we can't do my youngest anywhere else, but frankly, I don't know who else I would run with my youngest. Like, yeah. And we can always just reset. Anyway. Let's see, what does Tanya's page give us? Tanya, Guts. Upon taking what would be a lethal blow, nullify the damage and recover 100 HP. At the end of the scene this happens, fully restore stagger resist. Okay. That is good. That is good. Endured. Decent at good speed ranges, actually. Compared to, like, 1 to 8 is awful. 2 to 7 is pretty cool. That's quite nice. That is quite nice. I get the feeling we'll be using Tanya later. Love better unrelenting, yeah. Okay, next up, these two. So we have Tiphereth, who... Oh, they return. What happens to Oswald? Yeah, Oswald takes 40 stagger damage, 40 stagger damage. Takes half as much stagger damage from attacks and deflects. There's no time for staggering. Incredible. 1 second, use combat pressure that stupefies the librarian with the highest HP. What are librarians? Does that apply to me? I see. So the chance to give 1 strength, 1 endurance, and 1 protection to the stupefied librarian. Librarian stagger takes 60 stagger damage at the end of the scene. After the librarian's free from stupefaction, 2 times use a mass attack on the following scene. You did realizations. Yep, we did indeed. What if I just... Okay, hold on. What if I just... Like... Does this just work? What if I just do? How has been a possible solo? It is an ordeal. It is an ordeal. I'll explain it better in the video, but effectively you need to get yourself staggered to actually survive the first phase, and from there it is just a matter of luck. Is this Valerie's health? No, Valerie's mind. Lone mind health, and then I get 1 more passive, which I'm going to spend on not bottom deal because it's not brace up. Thank you, Salt. Okay, honestly, I might just take, like... What, who is the worst person? Who does nothing? You, Greta. Give me Nouveau Fabric. I don't even know if that'll really do anything, and we're not inflicting burn, but I'll take it nonetheless. And then, yeah, okay, let's try this. Let's see how this works. What does on this page? Losing the clash to the opponent restores 2 light. If the first turn on this page losing the clash to the opponent gains 1 strength next scene. That is interesting. Actually, that is interesting. Anyway. First things first, let's just... I want to try surviving, personally. So let's do that, then we'll do this, and chuck an unlock at, you, I suppose? Yeah, okay. Great. Isn't this supposed to be a Puppeteer? I don't know, I've never done this before. You're expecting a lot from somebody who's doing this for the first time ever. Keeps the story read. Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot about that. Right. Okay, where's that mass attack? When we meet, stagger target. Target is stupefied next scene. Does that, like, actually just flat out... Okay, well that... I'm assuming that will trigger against me basically instantly, so... Oh. That is... quite the fun page you got there. Right. Okay. Let's see how this works. Okay. Staggered. Okay. Okay, and now let's go for... Hey. Oh. Game? Game? Hello? 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 Huh. She's on the left. Oh. Right, okay. Okay. Target set upon losing a clash take bonus status. If the character stagger the status to remove the end of the scene. Okay. Oh. I just don't take damage anymore. Okay. Lovely. I wonder if I can just create a Wrath build here. Like, is that viable? I'm not sure what I'd have to use to do Wrath, but, yeah, sure, I'll take Road to Happiness, why not? One speed dice becomes unusable. You think I care? Oh wow, that is a moderately bad turn. Even though it doesn't matter. There's my field mod's gone. Great. Playing auto battle right now, yeah, basically. Okay. And then it goes again, so... like... Yeah. Brilliant. Because you're supposed to be a raid boss, but, like, I don't really engage with that. Ow. Okay, then I get staggered. Oh, well. I may need more healing. I may need definitely better healing. But, well, actually. That'll do it. Right. Time for an auto battler. I'm not even doing anything here. Is this Tifsodia? No. Wait. Greed, hate, despair, and wrath. Greed, hate... No. I didn't know we could do that, actually. So, we can do that next time. But, yeah. I mean, if there is a next time, we can do that. Like, it doesn't really matter. We just don't care. Like, I heal so much already, it genuinely just doesn't matter. Like, is this win rating? I think this is win rating, frankly. The battle beats itself. Like... Yeah. Sure, cool. Thank you. Oh, I have control back of my character. A mass summation, all healing at once. Which is this on? The third? Sure, okay. Rapid gashes. I mean, this doesn't matter to me. But, like, sure, I'll play along. You thought this one would be a lot tougher to solo. Yeah, we just win. It's funny how easy this is. We do just win. Like, yeah. I see no point at which we lose this. You know what would have been a good idea? Survivor. If I'd picked up Survivor here, we would have, like, 9 strength by now. Right, well... When, Stupefy. Okay, sure. Go ahead. I mean, why would I clash with anything? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna get staggered anyway, but... Like, once again, he can't kill me. You can't hurt me in a way that matters. Look at this. Ta-da! This is the one where solo is unironically better, yeah. I can't imagine any other battle... Like, this is the easiest fight I have ever done in this game. I don't even think using Olivier is a good idea here. Like, he doesn't... I don't gain anything from using Olivier here. I'm just using him because I chose to use him. Like, yeah. Right, cool. Well, I didn't read the story. I was kind of expecting that to take multiple attempts. Easier than Finn. Yes, that is easier than Finn. I did nothing. I did nothing. Well then, Shased. How are the middle floors easier? I genuinely don't understand. And I'm fairly certain this is easier solo too. I'm fairly certain this is easier solo too. Anyway, hold on. Let me just read up on the story for these because I accidentally skipped both of them. So, Tiphereth database. Yeah, the bottom fights really were the hardest. We just cleared both of them, like, immediately. Okay, Impuritas Civitas. Blue Reverb second encounter. We want Tiphereth versus Oswald and Gebra versus them. Okay. Let me quickly play some music too. Bina story. Seeing as this is a Bina story, yeah, hold on. There we are. Right. There we are. One moment whilst it waits. There we are. So, that's not too loud. Okay. Sniff, sniff. This place has an unfamiliar scent in the air, eh? Hmm? Ah, down there is a river that looks like a very large stream containing blueberries and juice mountain snake berries. An olfactory mix of mint and clove. Would make a stingy scent like this? This state has a blindingly sparkly rust. A stark contrast from ours. Splendid! I couldn't ask for a better place to prepare for a grandiose performance. Don't you think so, Mr. Knife? What a noisy guest. Oh, 2 yikesies and a half! My heart almost popped out of my eye hole! Are you an audience? Just a guest? Or maybe a fellow clown to help out with the show? I'm taking a second look and there's more of you. No, well, no there isn't. Oswald is getting his facts wrong. There is one of us. Yeah. You guys, Matryoshka doll in secret? Let's see. One. Too many to count! He can't count higher than one, chat. Oswald is schizophrenic, yeah. Oswald is imagining multiple people. Oswald needs glasses. Now just one moment. Take a look at this. Miss Mermaid is lifting her microphone high in excitement. You're getting nowhere with your frantic speech, so could you please stick to one topic at a time? And you'd be the guest here if we're being pedantic. A clown can't be in charge of producing his own show, you know? That's showbiz to you, miss. One moment. Sorry, I have a... There's a... Yeah. Sorry, hold on. I don't get what's so funny. Now, why don't we sniff each other's wrists in a true fashion of clown-to-clown communication ritual? I wore a whiff of every scent today. Wait, you startled me. It's rude to stick your face in others without asking. Do you understand? Yeah, how cold. People these days are way too stuck up. We're entering a moist era where laughter runs dry. People get so easily upset over the tiniest things. Sob sob, woe is me. If a clown can't be filled with laughter, they'll flop like a deflated balloon. Anger is a natural human emotion, though. It's not natural! Only those who carry some kind of hopes and dreams make such stinky candles. Expectations for a bar of chocolate, a hamster, objects, the weather, other people, and for themselves. They arbitrarily entertain the expectations and make the candles without even getting a nod from the one they have their hopes on, and won't even eat their candles themselves. Because they know their own candles taste awful. So, instead they put them in the mouths of others. More expectations means more foul-smelling candies, not candles. They hold those balls of stench in their arms, looking to shove them in someone else's mouth. Then, how's one supposed to live a life without any expectations? Did a blade of grass ask for you to have them? Did the gentle sun allow you to have them? Who in the world told you that's right to hold expectations? Ha ha ha! That tingles in my mouth almost as much as celery leaf does. Oh, how hilarious. When you don't hold expectations, you get to see more eyesores. When you have anger, you get to enjoy zestier and bitterer flavors. Treat everything like a rolling ball. You cheer for it whenever the sphere decides to go. If you truly wish for the good of other people, why don't you stop holding expectations and just laugh with them at their side? Everyone who lives here is a clown! Clowns can't survive without feeding on each other's smiles, you see? I see your point. You're right. Holding expectations for someone isn't always a good thing for them. While I can't fully agree with your opinions, I admit there are parts that I can't completely disregard. Oh, I just want to make a world full of laughter! One where everyone can laugh without a care! Frowny faces are just too scary. However, to hold expectations is to trust that person. You're simply running from the fear of failing to meet the expectations of others. Am I? Is it a crime to wish for happiness? Since when was it a bad thing to wish for a world where all people can laugh? Whatever. I guess we just have different kinds of laughters we want to display in our shows as performers. You're no different from us folks than that you run a show hoping to make people smile the smile you want to see. Let us begin the performance to make another clown laugh! That's enough introduction. Shall begin playing on the tongue now. Ha ha ha! Yeah. In your language, we have to fight to protect the stages we stand on. Anyway. enough TV time. Enough TV time. That just fit. That fit too well. It's like, I wish I had done that before, because I could have gone, it's TV time opening. I could have done the, I could have started this to the fight. So you win Gebra easily.
Mike, play the
Oh, who are you? I just want it. Well, hold on. I just want the opening. Why are there people talking over my opening? There we are. Somebody needs to mod Tennis Sprite onto Oswald. Oh, absolutely.
Coming straight from your house. He's the one. The king of.
It's just, it fits Oswald too well.
You get it from an egg.
It fits him too well.
The show that makes you scream. Mr. Rankin.
Right. Okay. Okay. Enough clown to clown communication. Back to this. Well, hey, you got the same kind of scent as me, huh? What song would fit here? some like grungy metal. Do I know any grungy metal? The only really close to thing I know is why are you... This isn't exactly grungy, but this is probably the most fitting thing I can think of. Like, there would be hold on. No. I thought of something better. Blockshot music, lobby. Here we are. Hold on, which one is it? It's not Blank Shell. General release. This would be the sort of music playing on Gebra's floor. Right. Well, hey, you got the same kind of scent as me, huh? You should get your nose checked then. One's a slaughter-crazed wolf and the other's a hunter tracking it down. You got a ragtag band of dummies to fight? Well, no, Tanya, once again, you are blind. There is nobody here, it's just Gebra. Do I look like a joke to you or what? Still, the highlight of the match is the woman who was once called the Red Mist. This ought to be fun. Everyone I meet keeps bringing up that title. Ain't you tired of putting on a pedestal at this point? No way, hun. People will be shocked to learn the great legend is doing menial labor in a place like this. How's your inhuman strength doing these days? I've heard stories about it, so I've been itching to see it in action. Is strength the only thing you value? Yep. No reason not to bow down to folks so stronger than you. What do you think people who lack such strength should do then? The weak. They gotta find ways to survive on their own. You obey the strong or you get killed by them. Either or. Someone to keep you safe if you serve them like a good little pup. Tanya, you're saying worrying things. There are far too many people in the community that would agree with this sentiment, but not on this side. More on this side. More on acting like this. Half the ensemble needs to check their eyes and get glasses. Yeah. There won't be an end to a struggle fought with physical strength. There'll just be a constant series of gory battles. Some might even call it a war without reason. This... Okay. I can feel your brain was staring daggers into me with that one. Yes, Desh, I can. You can. Even the victor can't be at ease in such a world. Those who act in their own interest can lose everything by the same means at any time. Is it really right to possess strength that's only used to take from others? Hey, why see that as stealing, gal? This is just how the world is, and the one's best at actor to come out on top. Simple as that. Adapt or die. If you can't, you either become food or fall behind until you're wiped out. The so-called apex predator is the creature best fit to survive in this ecosystem. Ain't that the truth? That's how humans have always lived, so why make a big fuss about it now? Strength is the most honest and clear way to express yourself. I prove that I'm stronger than you, and that's it. No tricks or lies involved. I want a world where power means everything, and that's why I'm helping Mr. Orchestrator. Oh, I guess you got your own reasons and cause to bring up as well. For the sake of others making the world peaceful, whatevs. Not like I want to hear them. You probably looked at all the people who hoped to die and wanted to do something for him out of pity or anxiety. But the truth is, the city folks were doing fine without you. You didn't seriously expect everyone in the city to proudly take the glyph you forcibly handed down to them, and yeah, thanks, did you? And now, look at you now, running the daily lives of innocent people to resume your plan. Ruining, sorry. It's true, we can't glorify what we've done as deeds for the people. I know that. I'm not exactly proud of our actions. That's what I'm ruminating on. I suppose it's not something you need to know, though. We simply do what suits where we stand. Yep. Both you and I are doing this for our own satisfactions and desires. And that's about it. Claiming to stand for our higher cause is just an excuse. We both have things we have to protect or take. If you got it, let's get started. Anyway, that's all of the ones caught up on. Great. Chased. How do we build you, buddy? I mean, we could just do a basic Puppeteer. Although, knowing Chased's past, we're gonna have to do Zhao cheese again. But yeah, let's go for just a quick... If we just put together a guard deck for now, and let's see how useful this is. Because if we just do overcharge, SURP, 2 SURPs, a leap, and then 2 energy conversions. Let's see how well this works. Is road strings an ailment? I don't know, but we're about to find out. What a marvelous sight. This looks a perfect place to get sentimental over. You know, I've never actually seen this background. That's actually quite nice. I've never seen it. Hello there. As much as I like to treat you a cup of coffee, the circumstances say otherwise. What a shame. I don't believe said circumstances are elect enough for such jokes, either. You're being quite tender. Do you always tend to be that soft? If we can't afford facing each other, there's no need to make it more tense than necessary now, is there? Though I do often hear that I'm carefree. Don't make me laugh. Is that supposed to be a humble brag? Would you like me to introduce her? No need. I've got the gist of what's going on. This puppet was made after that person, wasn't it? It's a gorgeous piece of work, if I do say so myself. I'd even dare say that's my magnum opus. In terms of appearance? If I had to pick, that wouldn't be it. I'm not the sort of man that finds beauty in shapes put together in an arbitrary fashion. Says the man, built out of shapes in an arbitrary fashion. Even if a puppet were as beautiful as a master sculpture, I wouldn't love its look in itself. They're neither disgusting, nor attractive to me. They simply are. I have no particular feelings about how they look. What do you make your puppets for, then? The thoughts and emotions I hold when I craft them. A resentment towards the city for driving me towards this desperation, and a blind anger for the rich. A glimpse of the hope that I can bring back my precious son, whose life they took. If you only make one PT deck, does that guarantee they always start in that sense? No! It just means the other 3 are nonsense. Bitterness, and a yearning for revenge towards Roland, the man who rid me of that hope and pushed me to despair. I wrap the emotions I couldn't outwardly express in a human string and shape them. I take out the useless chunk of meat and fill their insides with the emotional baggage that I'm carrying. I can breathe easy after I indulge in my craft. That's when I feel alive at last. Do you see how dear the puppets are to me now? Stuffing your emotions in them. Huh. I don't understand it, but I won't bother giving my thoughts on it. I'm still not very happy about what you did to Roland, though. He robbed me of a person I cherish, so I gave him the same treatment. You said he burned down your whole lab, yeah? Yes. My son was lost in that fire. Not a piece of him left to salvage. Are you trying to express sympathy for me? Nah. We aren't close enough to worry for each other. I was just curious. I want to know if vengeance was your only goal in coming here. Although we have minor differences, all the members of our ensemble strive to reach the same place. Vengeance pointed at Roland was only an intersection we happened to come across on our way to it. It was never at the center of my motive. Well, thanks to him, I won't have any regrets making my way through. It's tragic that we all have our own little stories, isn't it? We can't be free of guilt no matter what we do. That's precisely why one has to focus solely on what they want to do. I too wish for a world in which individuals are free to express the flavours they want to exude. But is that freedom really the kind that frees one from all responsibility of what they do? People who want to live for others can't take a step forward themselves. There's a limitless range of dreams individuals want to bring out, and you must know that the possibility of pursuing your own freedom while you consider everyone else is nothing short of a myth. If one were ever to take into consideration the width of potential each person has... Never mind. That's for you to think about. After all, that's not the kind of world I want to see. I'm not here for a leisurely debate, so let's get to business now. Yeah, that's a good point. Well then, fellas, as usual, let's receive our guests. Who are you talking to, Shased? Who are you? Shased! Shased! Nobody else is here! It's you! It's you! You are alone here! You are alone here, Shased! What are you doing? Shased is now schizophrenic. Anyway. Blue seems to keep people awake and Shased drinks coffee a lot. Oh, that's cool. Okay, on Clash, gives red mark to the librarian with the lowest HP next scene. Both of our groups need glasses. I think everybody needs glasses, yeah. Puppet loses red string. What does red string do? Speed dice +1. Upon death, revives in 2 scenes. The character take 8 damage when attack as this is lost. Okay, his puppet strings to his puppets over the first 4 scenes. If a puppet has no puppet strings or is dead, will not use pages to control said puppet. A solid scene gain protection stagger protection by the number of puppets alive plus the number of puppets that have died while under puppet strings. Okay. Do the ones with glasses get more glasses? I think that's only fair. Okay. So, on Clash lose, Puppet loses 1 puppet string next turn. Next scene. Is that worth doing? Because otherwise I would probably want to Clash this. Or, hold on. 5 hard, deal 1 stagger damage with attacks, and 6 with 1 attack, deal 2 bonus. Then gain additional speed dice from emotion level bonuses. Defeated while having puppet strings will arrive at 2 scenes with half its max HP. If the character has puppet strings, gain 1 strength, endurance, and haste at the start of the scene. That's... okay. Okay. Avoid killing them when they have the strings active, yeah. Jehun's 4 red dots, yeah, he can actually tell that there's no more than a few people here. Everyone else is just blind as a bat. We then do this here, I think, because I want to... Also, what on earth is this speed roll? This is abysmal. You don't gain strength. Let's clash with you, then. We don't have any bonus to it, but that's what the overcharge is for. Okay. What is this? Red mark. Targeted by Angelica. What? No kidding. No kidding, I am. Right, okay. We may need to use the wolf here. Yeah, no. Okay. That's because one of the few ones you didn't solo because it was last year and she says Flo is just too sound around to other guys for me to try it solo. Her name is Tanya. Thank you, Argalia. Did you miss Oswald and Tanya fights? Yeah, they went down in like a second. They're funny, but they went down very quickly. Okay, I don't think we go for Puppeteer. Oh! I forgot to attribute them. Doesn't matter, we're not doing them. Right, Tanya. So what are we actually trying to do here? Because we want... I think it would be interesting to do a magic trick, but... Because that's quite good. Yeah, cancel 2 random comp page on the enemy's speed dice. Recover 1 light for each successful hit on the target this scene. That's decent. I mean, it's meh. Meh. Distorted Spam Blade. Distorted Spam Blade? What? Distorted Blade Spam, sorry. How exactly do you do Distorted Blade? Oh, that would be on Yan's page, presumably. What exactly is Distorted Blade? 7, it's a mass summation. Oh, so is it like... Oh, hold on, you can only get 1. I'm assuming you're only supposed to be able to get 1? But then... I mean, you can always do... That works. But that means you can't get 4, you can only get... yeah. Okay, And then how do we survive? I mean, I could just do... Like... Is this reasonable? Does this work? So then we want, grit. We already have nouveau. We then want, bottom deal stacking the deck. It doesn't really matter if we have Lone Fixer, but I'm gonna grab it, just in case it actually makes a difference. And then we want... no, I don't think Unrelenting is too good. I think we would prefer to have immediate repairs. And I can throw Puffy Broom on just in case they somehow pull smoke out of their ass. Yan doesn't have Oh. Yan does not have Nouveau. You're right. I still thought we were running Tanya. I mean, it doesn't matter who I use at this point. Yeah, okay, great. Sorry, I still thought we were using Tanya. Okay. Let's see if this works. How exactly do we last all the turns? That is an important question. Prescript 3. Well, that doesn't matter to me. Hold on. No. Because it needs another ally, yeah. Okay. Ow. I mean, we blunt injure now. If we had any sort of healing, this is actually really good. Okay, we need to reset that. You don't think this will work, but it's a very funny build. Yeah, the Blunt Endure is pretty good, I will say. If we could find another key page with Blunt Endure, and then we just run them. How have we not drawn the Distorted Blade twice? Fix of a health holder? How exactly do we win clashes? I just realized I didn't even put... Hold on. Because I thought we were running Tanya, I put on... What we need is Tanya's, and that Tanya's costs 8. We have none of that. We need immediate, at least. Okay, we at least get immediate repairs, and I mean, we may as well grab Puffy Broom, even though we're not going to use it. Right. Red Mist is blunt injured. How exactly do you propose we use them? Actually, hold on. Tell you what I do use. I use Firm as a Great Mountain. If I go to here, rather than running... we need to run Hanafuda. But rather than running immediate repairs, what if I run... What did I just say? Firm as a Great Mountain. Because then Firm as a Great Mountain handles my healing. And actually, here, I can still get stacking the deck. Great. That's our healing. Yeah, that's our healing. How did we not get Distorted Blade? Can you not draw? I guess it's a 1 in 9 chance, in all fairness. That is true, actually. It is quite rare. Because it's the difference between, yeah, rolling a 1 in 3, 1 in 2, or 1 in 3. No. Yeah. Well, it's not 1 in 2, it's 2 in 9, which I don't know what that is, but... Well, we got the Distorted Blade there, but we didn't get everything else. With Brace Up, isn't it better not to just draw instantly? No, because we want to be able to use clones. I guess, oh, you know, we do draw 9 pages, that is true. Just use Battle Ready and skim free script. Ah, of course. Of course. Oh, there we are. Because now we use the clone against you. And we use the Brace Up against you. That way... Yeah, okay. You've got to be kidding me. Oh no, that was fine. There we see that. Okay, no. Although Rake is funny, no. Wait. Well, there's a stagger healing. Like, right? That's just... Oh, we may have discarded the Distorted Blade. Hold on there. Hold on there. Rake for achievement. No. Okay, and then we also need the Brace Up to not hit that. Which is fine. We only need to get... Yeah. Excludes mass attacks. What do you mean excludes mass attacks? Nothing here says excludes mass attacks. Oh, wait, the healing. No, we don't care about that. That's not what it's for. The stagger healing is to get us to the point where we can just sort of blade spam. Ah, I can clone my clones. How'd Oswald go? Easily. Absolutely easily. I can clone my ominous powers. See, it's times like these where I'd love to be able to just reset a stage. I think resetting a stage would be a great addition to the game, and I'm surprised it doesn't exist. Well, I guess you're not really supposed to do this, are you? That's why they... Oh, let's not click on that. Do you really need those 3 ominous powers? Yes. Here we are. Clone first, and then it's the on-use. Okay. Okay. That's fine enough. There's our positive emotion. Michelle's pages getting burned based on the log of the enemy's burn. Why do you have to log the enemy's burn? That's frightening. Somebody doing auction, whatever. He would win. He would do a video about free play the entire game. Sorry, I'm not quite sure what that message means. I'm afraid. Okay, clone again. Okay. To gain power at low burn but still have diminishing returns. Okay, I need to play the Library of Babel eventually just to find out how fucked up it is, frankly. We don't want that. I guess we take that. Well, there's my Distorted Blades. Can I use any of them yet? No. See, this is the point where if we had immediate repairs, if we could somehow fit immediate repairs in, we're good here. Like, what do we have to replace to get immediate repairs? Okay. We just sacrifice, like... We need Firm as a Great Mountain. We need Nouveau Fabric. I guess we sacrifice Grit. You've been very active in stream since you've been busy. Have we been making progress? Yeah, a lot. Actually, a lot. Yeah, it's been pretty good. We are now on the final fight of the middle layer. Albeit, we did that quite quickly, but still. Use Goro Akechi. Grit is better than Nouveau here. They do the same thing. Huh? Grit and Nouveau are identical, except the fact that Nouveau is a statistical better. What? No, okay, do you want me to prove it to you? Just in case, yeah, do you want me to prove it to you? Do you want me to prove it to you? Let me prove it to you. This, right here, is, Nouveau Fabric. Nouveau is 3 cost. Now let's look at Grit. Now keep in mind, Nouveau has a 1 to 2 less damage and stagger damage. Reduce incoming damage and stagger damage by 1. Deku's just botched a nearly perfect run. We couldn't do that there. Hold on, what? The Grit reduces damage from non-attacks. Yeah, but we don't have non-attacks. We don't have non-attacks. That's... We don't have those here. I'm fairly certain. Like, unless you're seeing something I'm not, I'll deal 3 stagger damage to target. Okay. Does it not trigger against that? Has anybody who's looked at the code... Has anyone who's looked at the code know that? Okay, hold on, we can tell. We can tell because when this attacks us, we'll see if that does 3 or 2. I'm just going to let it play because I'm quite curious to see what will happen here. So let's do this. Okay. I saw a 3. I saw a 3 there. Fuck. Okay, but the question remains... Is 1 less from 1 card better than 1.5 less from everything? Ah, no, Grit might actually be better. Fuck. Next time, start with why it's better, please, so I don't have to make a fool of myself arguing. Heartbreaking. Shadow makes an actually good point, yeah. Right. Also, we lost twice, which means we need to restart that. Ah, my mouse. Yeah, there we are. Streamer has been proven wrong, has made himself a fool. When have I not been a fool? How'd you come up with this? I thought it would be funny. All we need to do is keep resetting until we get the perfect combination of conditions to, you know, succeed. But... Stodgen Babel has a page that reuses a 14 to 17 dice until you're either dead or its value hits 0. That sounds awful. Welcome to Babel. I probably should try Babel. I don't want to try Babel, but I probably should. You don't need to max roll, by the way. Is that... Okay, that was a max roll. Right. Come home and see that you're live. Thank you. I'm happy to be live. Okay, we do have immediate repairs on this time, so we should be fine. And then we want cleaning. We do clone again. Here. Brace up on you. Okay. Ow. And then immediate repairs triggers. Please stop doing slash, that actually hurts me. Okay. Great. And now we go for... I mean, that's a bad idea. Why did I do that? We're never gonna have less light than our opponents. That's just something that doesn't happen. Especially because we're going for... Yeah, no, okay, that was a mistake. Streamer makes a mistake once again. It's truly awful. You're now late, what did you miss? We managed to kill both Tanya and Oswald. Okay, do we get staggered here? Yes. What's emotion level 3 give us, though, out of curiosity? This is useless, by the way. This just doesn't work. This just doesn't work. Tanya's such a... Probably the only fight's made easy by having... Buddy, evidently you can't remember Oswald well. Okay, I guess we had... I mean, that's... This. It doesn't work. If you're the only librarian on the field, it doesn't retarget things. That is a... trust me, it's a glitch we've run into multiple times. Resurrect all dead ally. No, we don't have dead allies. You then, I guess. Problem here, I think, is we now die. Like, yeah, no, we just die there. Is that really how it is? Yep. That's BS. Indeed it is. You don't think Oswald can brainwash? Nope. Oswald does brainwash, and you just wipe the floor with him. It's so funny. You just attack him and kill him. It's great. Okay, this isn't working, by the way, so it's time to try something new. What I think we might actually do is we might go for Puppeteer. Where are you? Yeah. When in doubt, counter dice spam, yeah. This will work, to be honest. This will work. And then we just get, like, what? Lone, Fixer, and then the Haulers. Valerie, Lila. Lone Fixer, Mind Hauler, Health Hauler. And then, honestly, we probably still get Grit here. I think Grit is just the better thing to get to just help us survive. One thing I have to keep in mind, though, is what do we endure Blunt here. What would be the best is endured. Plus Nouveau Fabric. Plus Smoke. Maybe. So Mr. Stream and Nouveau Fabric is the same as Grit. That guy was lying. That instant 3 damage you took was due to Angelica's passive and not the page. Oh, cool. Thank you. Good to know. I did think it was weird, but yeah, thank you. Yeah, we could go for Eileen. Otherwise, what else is physical and that endured? What's the difference? What's an enhanced pay? Oh, something that I've added something to. I didn't even know that those were still attributed. Okay. Would Olivia deck be worth it here? Yeah. About that. Thank you, CBT, for the donation.
CBT 5076 added $1
No malicious intentions, just donating.
To the
Thank
Lunacy
you.
Fund.
Thank you for the donation. We could go, actually. You know what we could go for? If we just go for, like, full survival here. What if we replace... We have a passive for Mind Hauler, just inbuilt. So what if we just offset that by using, Haboob. Is it Haboob I'm thinking of? Yeah, Haboob is kind of what I'm thinking of. I mean, because otherwise I was thinking of doing... Actually, if we do Mirage, we just never get staggered, and then Health Fuller, and yeah, okay, I think this works. Otherwise, we go for just full defensive. Actually, what if we do Maxim? Just as a question. Maxim is Blunt Injured. He then takes even less damage at 20 charge. We can then add Haboob in so we just never stagger. Okay, we'll look back into Maxim later. For now, let's try this. Let's see how this works. Other one, Dongquan passive. Ooh, that is a fair point, actually. Hold on. It's too expensive, but just to check, just in case it's not too expensive, it's Carver Scars, right? No, it's Toughness. Yeah, Toughness is too expensive. But it's an interesting argument. Because we'd have to replace both of these to afford it, and then we don't have anything else, which just, I don't think that's the best. Okay, return to title. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. Couldn't get to call him Maxim the Undying. That's incredible. Right. Charge on you. Right. They can... I would like if they could stop max rolling, though. That'd be nice. Okay, here we are. First of all, thank you for the donation, Tony. And then, if you had to live in the city, where would you work?
_the_horse added $9.99
if I
to
could...
the Lunacy Fund. If you had to live in the city, where would you work? Like wing, fixer, or anything else?
Honestly, if I could work in a wing, I think I probably would choose something like P-Corp or, you know, yeah, something along those lines. Otherwise, I mean, K-Corp's pretty good too. But I think, yeah, I think I would have to pick other stuff. I would have to pick a wing. If I can get into a wing, yeah, I'm good. That's my take on it. You might want more Serpentine Barrier here. Okay, it might be time to switch over to Maxim too. Wow! You absolutely suck! Do you think in your current state you can make it into a wing? Yeah, I think I could. You're telling me my random trivia knowledge wouldn't get me hired into a wing? The only problem with P-Corp, I think, is judging by the look of everyone, you probably need to be far more physically fit than I am at the moment. Because, I mean, I'm not, like, overweight, but I'm not... Like, if I could bring up as an example... hold on. Like, I don't look like this guy, if I could bring him up. I'm not this physically fit. This is a step beyond me. I mean, I definitely don't look like this because I'm not a woman. Like, I'm not a woman, so I don't have that physique, but I like, don't have this physique either. Still. So, I'd say P-Corp, but the only problem is, yeah, I don't think they would accept me. Anyway, let's quickly switch over to Maxim. Otherwise, K-Corp. K-Corp is literally just what I do. That's like, it is biomed. It's not just a case of, oh, where would you work in the city? That's where would you work in real life? Like, if somebody could offer you a job right now, where would you work? Yeah, okay, I will take the job pathway I'm going down. Thank you. Brilliant. That's great. Cool. Glad we sorted that one out. Nothing ever happens, truly. What does Peacock do? Preservation. Right, don't care about... I mean, Ruina is pretty good. Just to... Also, we can make Ruina free, so I may as well include most of it. And then... What else do we want? If we get quickly... Just so I take, like, no damage. That's not how you spell. Let's just do this. I don't really care about you, so let's grab you. Actually, just quickly to check, is there anything we actually want? Plumed Escutcheon is quite interesting. That's also quite interesting, but I'm not sure if it would be part of my ideal deck. Throw more different types of non-counter dice. All dice on the page gain 1 power and deal. No, we don't do that. Isn't Peacock the stretchy house and House of Leaves Interiors? That you're thinking of Arcop, not Arcop. Something else. I'm fairly certain they're not House of Leaves Interiors. Unless I'm very mistaken. That would be, I mean, they're kind of work. No, P-Corp is just preservation. P-Corp... It is P-Corp? You're thinking of H-Corp. Yeah, H-Corp. Although I'm not sure how stretchy that is. Unless this is some distortion detective information that I am not aware of. I'm fairly certain they're not. Okay. We know too much from most wings to ignore. You're saying that as if they can magically understand that we know about the city. Isn't Peacock Gal who hired the sinners for La Mancha Land? Yes. But are we told about stretching houses? Is that... This is Canto 7, as in... Does it speak about them there? Huh. Strange. What else can we add? I still think Burma's Great Mountain is a good pick. Just to keep us alive. Although we don't have a win condition like the other ones, but still. Beholders have future... Beholders suck! Okay, time for my personal take, chat. My personal take is, Beholders are like the Gestapo. Beholders and Arbiters, I don't think they can see everything. I'm fairly certain, in my own opinion, that they just say they know everything. I fully believe here, that the Beholders can see a lot. I think they're like any surveillance state, but I don't believe they can see everything. I think that's a lie that Arbiters tell to make people believe, oh yeah, you know, we can see anything, be scared. That's literally Gestapo tactics. That's precisely Gestapo tactics. Because, if you think about it, every single time a claw has hit someone, there's been an informant. A claw or an arbiter, there's been an informant. If you think about H-Corp, there was an informant. If you think about LobCorp, there's been an informant. I think Beholders are just there to, you know, fuck with people. I don't think they can actually see everything. If the city has a will and predict shit with prescripts, I don't think that's real either. I think the entire point of the prescripts is there's nothing behind them. I think they're purely random. I think they're randomized chance that has led to things happening. Are you comparing the head to World War II Germany? Yeah. I think they are. I'm fairly certain. Yeah, they can, but explaining why his library spoils. They can't see everything, though, because they don't invade the library until after it becomes visible. Lobcourt was in the outskirts. And yet, they still attacked when they got a tip-off. Once again, I would like to bring up H-Corp. They were just in a basement. They were in a basement, and they needed a tip-off to know that things were being broken there. I'm fairly certain Beholders are just very good at getting information. I don't believe they can see everything. Because if you think about it, if you were a super state that could do all of this kind of shit, wouldn't you want people to believe you could see everything? Wouldn't you want to believe that? That'd be great. Could you think about it? Like, okay, you can't actually see everything. Let's say you're a police state. You can't actually see everything. But if you set off the belief that you can see everything, how are people going to act? They only attacked after Cuckoo Spawn, so they were just chilling until that happened? Nope. They attacked after that, but they had the tip-off, because the tip-off only happened after they realized what would happen. It's Big Brother is watching. Yeah, I think it is. I think they are just a classic thing. Doesn't Gary outright say if it wasn't the tip that summoned the head in Canto 8? Yeah, if you were an Arbiter, you'd lie about that too, wouldn't you? Why would an Arbiter tell the truth about how the Beholders work? What purpose would that serve? Like, let's think about it. If you're a member of the Secret Service, not as in the SS, the Super Straffen? I don't know. If you're a member of the SS, and you have the knowledge that you don't have full control over what you do, or let's say you're a member of INGSOC, why would you tell people that you can't see everything? Why would you do that? That's stupid. Why would you go around telling people, oh yeah, no, we can't see everything. We rely mostly on tip-offs to do things, so if you just didn't rat people out, you'd be fine. Why would you do that? That's stupid. Your entire being relies on the fact that people think you can see everything. So just lie. Yeah, problem solved. Just lie about it. That's why I don't think the Beholders can see everything. I think the Beholders are lying. I think they are a classical authoritarian state. Same with Big Brother. Same with, like, they can see a lot, don't get me wrong. Like, Nazi Germany still had, like, a decent secret service, although they were mostly controlled by the British by the end of the war. And, you know, obviously, 1984, they do actually have people that go in and check rooms. But I don't think they can see everything. But screw sips always helps, they suddenly outran it. The universe, everything works out in the end. I believe it's a metaphor for the universe. Everything works out in the end, but there's no guiding force behind it. Just random chance leads to things. That's how probability works. What reason would the head who came to the library lie to Angela? Did they say that? Well, it's just, if you tell a lie often enough, hold on. I'm trying to think of the Hitler quote. If you tell a lie often enough, it's something along the lines of tell a lie often and convincingly enough and it becomes the truth. If they've gotten so used to telling a lie, why would they say anything else? The city knew Jan's precepts were false. Random chance. It's just random. They said they knew about Angela before she was even made. Yeah. If you were an authoritarian state, and you were trying to psych someone out as much as possible to give you as much time to kill them, wouldn't you say you knew everything about them? Why would you not lie about that? Thank you for the donation, Remnant Knight.
The Lunacy Fund.
Tell a lie often enough that people believe you. Yeah, something like that. Like, yeah, it just. I think it's first of all, I think it's far more interesting if the Beholders can't see anything, and second of all, I think it makes more sense that the Beholders can't see everything, because that's just how authoritarian states work. If the city is supposed to be that, then yeah. You have to admit the will of the city is pretty damn fucked, because that's way too many random chance coincidences. Look at the universe. Everything works out the way it does, because, and we think there's something behind it, because it has all worked out. But the truth is, it is all random. Now, statistically, there are things that, like, natural selection isn't a random process. It's due to it's random things lead probability such that a selective bias will be pursued. But ultimately, the universe is still random. It's just that the randomness has some statistical ways things works. It's like entropy. Entropy is a result of random force. But to say that entropy cannot exist because it's too organized, no. It's just a resultant force. Anyway, hold on, let's, Big Disagree that head's similar to World War II Germany or any other authoritarian forces, simply because Librarian is essentially a critique of South Korean society, so it's more likely corporate control. If you think about it, for me at least, I believe that the city itself is a reference to the quantum, hold on. It's the... hold on, just quickly. I feel like this is fitting. Just to put on the music, because this lobby doesn't have any music. EU. But, okay. If I bring up it's the Quantum Walled City. I believe I've pronounced that wrong, but I believe this is what it's a reference more to. Kowloon. Kowloon Walled City. I believe that the city is supposed to be a reference to the Kowloon Walled City. Because if you think about it, It's a tiny city, like very small, incredible population density, which the city is supposed to be, considering it's supposed to have the same amount of people that Earth does, despite being the size of Czechia. I've spelled that horribly wrong, but the city is supposed to be about the size of Czechia, yet holds the entire population of our Earth, which is the reason why I believe it's supposed to be a Kowloon walled city reference. Additionally, the part that it becomes a military dictatorship. Also, I forgot to loop this. What are you doing? Go back. Why are you not looping? There we go. But it's... yeah, I'm fairly certain it's supposed to be a reference to this, and you've got the fact that it does just end up coming under self-rule until you see, like, the British come in and sort of go, oh no, hold on, yeah, see, well, the organised crime syndicate is known as triads. It's actually more the size of Maryland based on the official size of the map. Really? No. Maryland is here, right? And how large is Maryland? It's just... I cannot find how large it is, but yeah. You love tuning in stream ridiculous 99% of the time, yeah. Just join what the fuck is Kowloon Walled City. Okay, so, history lesson time, chat. Kowloon Walled City was a city that, okay, I don't actually quite know why it ended up like this. But it was a former place that was controlled by the British. Then they moved out, and nobody really moved back in again. Which led to the inhabitants of the city ending up coming to their own control, and yeah. This is what ended up happening. They just basically, the syndicates took control, and there was a massive, you know, issue. Because if you have a bunch of organized crime syndicates running a city, things get fucked up pretty quickly. But yeah. So this is what I believe the city is a reference to. I believe that although there may be more direct references in, like, Hongyuan, but I'm fairly certain the Kowloon Walled City is, like, look at this and tell me it isn't representative of city architecture as we've seen it. It was part of land that was ambiguously owned, and people who wanted to escape their government moved there. It was ambiguously owned because the people inside, nobody really moved in to reclaim it, so more people who didn't want to be controlled moved in, which led to it being less claimed, and so on and so forth, and yeah. You learned about Kowloon Walled City because a friend sent me a video of a Minecraft recreation saying it was a H-Corp reference. Anyway, it's almost like Soviet architecture. True. Anyway, I do believe the city in general is more of a reference to authoritarianism than any one specific group. But I think the entire point of metaphors is that they can be applied to multiple things. I think the entire fact that, okay, it's a commentary on South Korea. Yes, that's not because... That's because South Korea is very authoritarian. That's not a coincidence. You can apply it to many other authoritarian groups, because yes, it's a commentary on authoritarianism. So yes, it applies to authoritarian countries, because that's how the country it's critiquing is. And additionally, well, I would say it's not because it's critiquing the country specifically. I'd say it's critiquing authoritarianism more generally, which has led it to critique a certain country. But yeah, so if the head does not actually know, but if people believe they do, what's the difference? That's the thing. If everybody collectively believes the head knows everything, what does it matter if they don't? Everybody act like the head knows everything. All you have to do is crush individual dissidents, then. That's basically the things of, so faith. Kind of. Faith that you'll be punished for something is how all authoritarian countries work. That's it. You also assume the city was about the size of China. No, it's far smaller. It's about 60 square kilometers. 60,000 square kilometers. It's not actually that large. Anyway, let's go back here. We want... What do we want here, actually? We want things that will... We probably want charge-focused stuff, no kidding. So if we could just quickly go to charge, the silence is ominous. Concentration is decent, especially considering we don't have to really worry about cost later on, but... What's this? Or free will doesn't exist and we're just electrical pulses sort of thing. Okay. This is the point where I need to introduce a new thing. Have you ever heard of Death of the Author, chat? Death of the Author, I'm just going to jump the gun and say most people probably don't know what Death of the Author is. Death of the Author is it's a literary theory that states you shouldn't care what the author's intentions are. It doesn't matter what the author's intentions are, because it's whatever you, as the reader, and us as the audience, take from the work is what matters. So, the author may be a bigoted piece of trash, J.K. Rowling, but still write a good story with interesting metaphors that she might never have intended because she's actually a hack, and we can take joy out of the perceived metaphors by just going, okay, the author didn't mean for that to happen. Who the fuck cares? We determine what we want the story to mean, and if we have good enough arguments for it, who cares if the author says we're wrong? You cannot pronounce Khrushchev. It's Khrushchev, I believe. So yeah, a Maury reference. Oh god. I quite like Death of the Author as a style, because it is just good, in my opinion, to separate yourself from the idea that whatever the author intended for you to take from work is the right thing to take from the work. I think that you get far more interesting debates when you stop caring so much about what the author actually intended and start going, what if we just enjoy the thing? Rather than a golden opportunity here, I might do Serpentine Barrier. Okay, but the city does have a will. No, it doesn't. You believe it does. No, it doesn't. He pronounces Khrushchev. 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 Interesting. I don't think I've pronounced that right, but still. I'm arguing with you, not the author, though. Okay. That's interesting, then. Okay, sorry, well, hold on. What were you arguing with me about, then? You believe that prescription more of a free will doesn't exist in more electrical pulses. Well, why do you believe that? Because for me, personally, the reason why I believe it is more about the idea that it's more about faith than false, like, blind faith. Considering, just quickly to demonstrate why I believe it's about blind faith. Sorry, hold on. I accidentally closed this down. The reason why I believe it's about blind faith. To begin with, by the way, just to bring up, I'd just like to bring up what they look like, just to make the metaphor about blind faith. Here's an index proselyte. You might notice something particularly striking about their face, and that's the fact that they're blind. One moment. Free will existing is also just an obvious truth, though. There's some decent arguments for us not having free will, but my personal take on is if we don't have free will, who cares? Blind faith is a literal combat page. That is what I'm attempting to find. Just to make my point, I was attempting to go here to then go to blind faith. If enough people believe that the city has its own will and are willing to put everything they believe in inside of it, then the string of random events that the prescripts cause can be interpreted. Precisely. It's people believe the prescripts have meaning, so therefore, yeah, they do, in a sense, have a meaning. It's totally random. It has no bearing on the city itself, but everyone acts in line with it. Already knowing Angela's name, but Miss Distortion. By the point he's distorted, I'm fully willing to bet that it's just Angela controlling him, because she has the prescripts to lie about. If we don't have free will, what the hell are we meant to do about that? Nothing. If we don't have free will, and we're acting as we are, who cares? It's the blind faith that led Yan to distorting. Finding out the religion people follow blindly was actually right. Sorry. I don't want to call you fucking stupid, but that's fucking stupid. Could you imagine? Let's say, randomly, God, from the Bible, capital G, comes down from the sky and goes, hello, I'm God. Everything you believe in is right. Would you distort? No, fuck no, that's your God. Your God is real. Why are you distorting? That's real there. Why would you distort? Makes no sense. Like, if capital G God from the Bible came down, do you think people would distort for figuring out that their religion was right? No! What? It would make no sense to do! Like, So, distorting because you're right. Huh? Yan wants to break free from it. No, not really. So, hello, Ocelot. Like, yeah, he wants to exercise his own free will, but he's finding out that in attempting to exercise his own free will, he was wrong. That's got nothing to do with everything else, but... And everything he ever done was by proxy, yes. It's not directly finding out that God exists, but... It's... I wish I knew more about Waiting for Godot to make an interesting reference here, but I don't know enough about Waiting for Godot to make a reference, so I just sort of have to pop that I don't. Yeah, I want to make others doubt the prescripts the way he gave out prescripts. No, he didn't. He gave out false prescripts because he wanted other people to suffer less because of meaningless messages. By affording prescript, he tries to prove his own free will, but the city was a step ahead knowing they're false. No, you're already assuming the city has free will. You're starting there by assuming he knows the city has free will. It's what he thinks is that he's been trying to exercise free will and he finds out he hasn't. That's got nothing to do with, like, yeah. It's the prescripts are still random. They are still random. Honestly though, okay, I will say. I think the story is such that everybody will view their own sort of view on it, so to speak. I think that depending on your views of religion, you will naturally lead to having a different interpretation of what the story is trying to say, because you have your own inherent biases in what you think is happening. That's not necessarily... Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to be... Unconscious bias is such that you cannot really be free of it, but... So I think it is just one of those that, yeah, discussion is interesting, but I don't think it works much. We weren't doing Distortion Blade. No, I don't think it will end up working in the end, to be honest. Okay. Let's grab this as well. Now our Rhino Rams should, in theory, always become cheaper. And then I don't have enough for a Serpentine Barrier, so let's just do this. Because we should always deal enough damage to make him cheaper. Yeah. I just need a little bit more charge and I will truly become immortal. Okay, that is a slight issue. Okay, that is a major issue, actually. Could you please suggest you read Yan's book? Okay. Hold on. Yeah, index proxies. No. You. Close your eyes. Blinding bird. Let me just read this and I'll... Okay. Okay, trauma. Petals! Hey, it's a reference to how we killed him. Alright. This one's way too long to read in its entirety. What do you mean? I just read it. Like, With a prescript telling us to encode a folder, the fake prescript will also be random? Yeah. It's random chance. No in full. What, as in, like, read out loud? Or reading it to us? Oh, yeah, no. That would be way too long. Okay, I'm not sure if this is the best way to go about things still, but... The Puppeteer's book is actually really cool in the way it just directly name drops you, the player. Well, not name drops, but it's like, yeah, okay, I know you're reading this. I hope you get what you want out of the book. It's great. Yeah. The prescripts aren't random, though. The index, no matter what, always comes out on top by following. Yeah, the universe always works out due to random chance. And? So there's something up. Random chance. We can go on forever with this if you like. Why don't you clash into the slash dice? Because I'm using a counter page. I feel like I definitely live for a stagger here, by the way. Oh, I'll try it next time. I'll try it next time. But they aren't random, the products are going under the sea. You believe that? I think you're wrong. If they were random, we wouldn't have needed the Seed of Light. What do you mean? The Seed of Light has nothing to do with that. What? The Seed of Light had absolutely nothing to do with that, huh? The Seed of Light... The Seed of Light was to make people realize that they could act on their own desires and, you know, manifest their own selves. The Seed of Light has nothing to do with the prescripts. I see Chris Priest has no fucking clue how it managed to benefit from them. Yeah, random chance. We see it. It's random. No, she doesn't say we have no fucking clue. She tries to say, oh, the vibrations from the city, yada yada. It's random. It's random. It's a random machine. It's a random collection of nonsense that does things. The very fact that you're trying to see meaning in it is testament to how it works. Nobody wants to admit that the prescripts are random. It's easier to assume that they must have some higher purpose. It's random. The prescripts are a slot machine and the house is the index, yeah. You're saying there is a higher purpose and the prescripts serve its own purpose. That would imply a higher purpose. The prescripts would just be the higher purpose in that. Have you read Leviathan? I have read Leviathan, yes. Quite interesting. Okay, let's do that. And then chuck an energy conversion at... None of you are on hit effects, so... Honestly, it might be worth clashing with them just to further improve the amount of strings we remove. When do you think all the Star City will be? In Library Ruina, there are beings called gods of the city with prescripts being one of them. What the... Huh? Sorry, hold on, did I... Huh? I feel like whether the prescripts around now is intentionally left unclear. I think it is towards the message that it is... The message of it is supposed to be unclear. I think that is the exact point. And there is a language, the index assignment to mean random scores. Yeah, that's what I believe there. Getting into metaphorical gods based on natural forces is getting awfully close to fear and hunger for my liking. Okay, let's... There's no way I win that. Oh, they go before. Okay, let's see if we can survive this stagger. Well, if that's going to be happening, no. Oklahoma is just the best choice there. And then... none of those are very useful, but... 15, we are dead. There is no way we survive stagger here. Yeah, we're dead. So just ancient Greece, what do you mean funga? It's a bad joke. The voice aka Carmen is considered a god of the city. Sorry, hold on. What are you talking about? Huh? When are gods of the city ever brought up in this game? I consider myself pretty good at this, like, the lore of this game. What do you mean, gods of the city? I've never heard that before. Is this a mod? Are we talking about mods now? I've never heard a single time gods of the city be... Roland mention it. Where the actual fuck did Roland mention it? Gods of the city just refer to the machines that the weavers use to make the prescripts. Brilliant. Thank you. It was Nyan's story. Okay, it makes sense that she'd call them gods. Like, of course she would. She's a priestess. Basically. Also, all losses there, by the way. Roland didn't even mention Angelica. Angela calls them gods. Yeah, and Angela is definitely the best guide we have for the city. Ruina. What if we added another defensive passive? Like, we don't actually take that much health damage. We take the most stagger damage. So, actually, our things are being wasted. Is France canon to them PM verse? Yan's a man. Yeah, Yan is a man. Or a guy, at least. Not sure if he can count as a man. He's quite young. Yeah, so rather than Firm as a Great Mountain, what I reckon we do is, like... not necessarily Haboob itself, but I reckon... no, actually, Haboob is what I want. Because we don't have any... Oh, no. Mirage. I think Mirage is what I want here. Because Haboob would mean so we take no longer... Ah, anyway. Dante canonically speaks French, or I'm sorry for his loss. Okay. So all we need to do here is not stagger and then we'll be fine. Because yeah, 14 stagger back, and that's more time. Also, we didn't get the light up. That's the reason why I don't use that. Isn't there a better page for drawing lighter than Leap? Well, not for a charge build, no. We're using Maxman to survive. What's my favorite syndicate? I like the Ring. I think the Ring is funny. Or, funny is the wrong word. I think they're interesting. Otherwise... I mean, the Index is interesting from a discussionary point of view, but as you can see, people are quite divided on them. Because yeah, that one extra stagger protection would mean we take so much less stagger damage. Any idea what the June 985 massacre? I believe it's going to be the World War II reference. Okay, so to say my theory, this is a little bit of a crackpot theory, but my theory about the Smoke War is that the Smoke War was a massive reference to World War One. You see about how Gregor talks about trench warfare, gases were used massively, all that sort of classic World War One stuff. And I believe that since then we've had the massive innovations in technology that I believe that the massacre is going to be a reference to World War Two. So what it contains, no idea, but what it'll be is that, well, that's what I believe it'll be. Maybe instead of... sure. Alright. One extra protection here would do all the trick. Another Ruina ram. Okay. Because yeah, the question here is, if we did have the other stagger protection, would we just also... wow, we don't draw cards from that then, okay. Would we just be better off? Wow, you did awfully there. Well done. And we're staggered. Great. Okay. Not sure how well this build is working. Because I think if we can... okay. Actually, I'm going to seem a little bit insane for this. But what I'm going to do... Did we use... No, we didn't. Okay, what I think we might do instead is... Okay, hold on. No, this won't work, I don't think. Because, I mean, if we did Ruina ram... no, we'd have to fit bottom deal somewhere else, and I don't think that works. If we go for Ruina rams, then we need more charge gain. I think the problem is charge gain at the moment. So Graze the Grass might actually be better for a light restore page. Yeah. Graze the Grass can be our light restore, and then Leap. No, not Leap. Then our card draw, honestly. Like... This... No, hold on. We need some more actual clashing, so like... I honestly think Energy Shield is pretty good here. Because Energy Shield then... will be able to clear a lot of attacks up. You go for Boob and Mindhole. We don't hit enough for that to be relevant, I don't think. In my opinion. Let's do that, and then Graze the Grass. Okay, there's that positive emotion. Ow. Okay. A train wreck of Electro Swing. Sure, 1 minute. Just gonna quickly keep doing this. Okay, I think getting more stagger resistance rather than healing back the stagger damage we take is better here. How are you not winning those? That's like your thing to do, huh? I guess you don't actually gain any endurance, do you? Why Maxim? Survivability. Oh, we're at 20 charge now. Wow, it's so much easier to get to 20 charge when you don't have to spend charge. Alright. The question is now, how much better are we? Zero, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. I'm fucking invincible! 0, 1, 0, 0. Oh, here it is, chat. This is what I was attempting to make. I'm fucking invincible. Yeah. I mean, actually, what I could do is probably logging. Okay, you know what we add now, chat? You know what we add now? We now add... Coops is speaking in binary, what happened? Okay, let me... Rather than what we're doing here, now what we do is we then go here, we then replace Mirage with Haboob. And then can I add anything else? No. Okay. Here we are. Now we might actually truly be fucking invincible. Okay. Ow. What about if we use claws rather than this many maximum crashes? Because that way the claws regenerate our stagger. No, we take too much stagger damage, I think. I think we are dead here solely based on the fact that we no longer have maximum crash. Okay. You were supposed to win those, she said. There we are. Okay. What about a card that gives stagger protection? I don't think we can get enough stagger protection back, sadly. Okay, Ruina Ram. See, yeah, here's the issue. We still have 20, and then they're still dealing a lot of damage to us with underneath that. Wait! I'm staggered right now. Oh. Ah. Yes, I do like taking 0 damage through stagger. Uh-huh. Well, you don't have living allies, so yeah, once again, this. The question is, do I still... 1 damage. Oh. I see. Four damage. 0 damage! Oh! Oh, I see! Ah. That's how things are. So then, this is a mass individual. I think the problem is we just don't deal enough attacks to him, so we can't actually get rid of all the puppet strings. But... 0 damage. Yep. This feels balanced to me. 2 damage! No! Whatever shall we do, chat? 0 damage. 0 damage. No, 2 damage! How shall I recover? Okay, now we can kill that. I think we just keep doing this. Really. The problem is now we don't have very much light restore anymore. That's the major issue here. But, actually, we get that from emotion level up, don't we? We just have to keep not taking damage. Okay, we need more stagger resist. That is now the issue. Okay. Okay. How the fuck did you fuck that up? Okay. Okay. This just doesn't work, but, like, I could play it just to show you why it doesn't work. I mean... what do I have to lose from showing you it doesn't work at this point? Considering we're probably already dead. Just to, like, yeah, show off the fact that it doesn't work. Wait, what? Why does it work here? Huh? It doesn't work in his realization, but it works here. Okay. Sure, fine. Why did it work now? I don't know. Project Moon really does work in mysterious ways. Uh-oh. I get the feeling I'm gonna get staggered here basically immediately, so... Oh, that's a mass attack. Uh-oh. Now we are staggered. Time to see if we die. You know, it doesn't work usually. Also, yeah, no, we take far too much damage here now, I think. The fact that we still only take 4 damage while staggers is absurd, by the way, but... But what if... Okay. That page is why Angelica has to die before she gets strings. How do we kill her is the issue. I think... Okay. Energy Shield is not the right page. As funny as it is to have a 3-charge thing, I think we actually want a more offensive focused page. So let's look for here. We want something like... I mean, frankly, if I could afford it, I would pick something like... I mean, Concentration's obviously good. What I think we want... I mean, I would also pick... Paralysis is decent. Is there anything that gains... On Clash Win, gain 2 endurance next scene. Should I just not die? Chat? Should I just not die? Let's try Golden Opportunity. Yeah, let's try this first though. Okay. Now. First things first, Ruina Ram. Or should we try attacking her? No, I don't think we kill quickly enough. But I think the key is just to start immediately doing this. Because the goal is to immediately remove strings. Okay. Having all the fights realistically do with it, completely ignore Immobilized. It is, not every fight ignores Immobilized, I don't think. Like, we've used, Spring Genesis a lot. We have used Spring Genesis a lot, also we need to win those clashes, or else we don't get what we need. Sharp Nails. Sharp Nails is a decent idea, but I worry it costs too much. Considering we always have, we already have 3 Rhino Rams. Which are just very expensive. Does this... Okay, that does get rid of the string immediately, so... And then for here, I can just afford to slot this on something else, like, you, actually. Okay. That's my 2 emotion. Distortion Blade? No. Well, the strategy, it would be hard to pull off, I reckon. Maybe it's because the center of your allies still left? Nope. Well, if you're meaning the immobilized page, no, it just didn't work. Just flat out. Okay, Golden Opportunity on you, I suppose. Let's try that, and then well, actually, no. Let's continue to use Rhino Rams here. And then... Yeah. If I can just get rid of the strings immediately, I'm in the clear, pretty much. Like, that does seem to be a good strategy to do. As long as I don't get staggered here. Please stop max rolling me. Oh. Wow. And then we get staggered. So that is like the worst possibility there. Do I have a favorite of the 3 Black Forest birds? Justice Bird gets a pass because his ego gets the strongest for me, personally. Evade dice restore stagger resist. That they do. That they very much do. Now. Definitely not Big Bird. That, yeah, no, not Big Bird. The amount of glitches Big Bird has in Lobotomy Corporation is insane. Like, utterly insane. Kamui also said Judgment Bird because he's cute. I can't tell if that's supposed to be a joke about Kamui or like a statement about Judgment Bird. Do we use up immediate repair? We don't have immediate repairs. We can't afford immediate repairs. Where would we put it? Other than Lone Fixer? I guess we could use it rather than Lone Fixer. If the strategy we're going for is sheer survival, we might not care too much about Lone Fixer. But... is this really the best way to do this? Try and rely on evades to work consistently? When have evades ever worked consistently for me? Oh, well, that worked good enough. Okay. Just don't stagger me. Okay, great. Now we get this. Wow, 2 Rhino Rams, which means we don't actually even get a light up. Were you using no ground for your Babel challenge runs? Probably. I don't think Babel exactly changes much in the way of, like, book mechanics, so I don't see why I wouldn't, to be honest. Okay. Just so long. If I don't stagger here, I'm fine. I stagger. Okay. I mean, I'll still be fine because, like, we have a lot of protection. We won't have it here, but still. Like, we can still survive here. If they could stop rolling so high. Yeah, just keep rolling zeros and I'm fine with things. Okay, the 17 is a little bit high. Okay. Gonna do Babel challenges. I mean, I'm not doing Babel challenges, but still. No, I'll just be playing Babel. Nice tie there. Also, that means I've rolled basically like the lowest I could. Wow, that was truly brilliant. Thank you, game. Okay. Please stop doing this. You're up against the wall, and I am the wall. Ow. Okay. Let's add this solely because it actually is pretty good for healing me, to be honest. Right, yeah, let's do that. Now, Rhino Ram. I wish I could hit just the normal puppet, because the normal puppet is really close to being dead there. Hope and pray. When has that ever failed me? It failed me. And we're staggered. Okay, I don't have enough time to continue this today. We will be continuing tomorrow, but yes. Master, you just arrived at the end of the stream again. I think that strategy will work. We probably just have to rework it, but yeah. See you all. Sorry for the slightly shorter stream, but yeah, I need to go do things. See you in the future. Please do consider joining the Discord if you enjoyed the stream.